Houston, the last time they were in the Final Four, 1968. And we're underway as Perkins goes up against Misha. The man that we mentioned, that was ill. Lyndon Rose, the quarterback of the ball club, rejected that time by Worthy. And that's going to be a problem that Houston will face all afternoon long, is trying to get that ball inside. Michael Jordan, the young freshman of Carolina's on the board.
Very Carolina coming out as they have in all their regional games.
North Carolina, their 7th trip to the Final Four under Dean Smith. They've never won it. They have been in the championship game 3 times. Left-handed shot by Young. Here comes Jordan again. He had 15 points in that one over Villanova in the East Region Final. Houston defeated Boston College in the Midwest Final, and Perkins hits that left-hand jumper.
The show cannot afford to let Sam Perkins get down.
Here is Lyndon Rose. He played his high school ball in Miami from the Bahamas. Young misses again, and for a guy that was not feeling well, he's putting the ball up a lot. Matt Doherty, beautiful pass, broken up. It's out of bounds off of the Houston Cougars.
Be concerned about a timeout possibility.
Perkins and North Carolina now is 3 of 3 from the field. The 500th coaching victory of an outstanding career.
I look for Rob Williams to take it 1-on-1. There he is.
Doesn't go. We're going to have a foul. Drexler reaching in, trying to get it away from Sam Perkins.
Saw that time he made Jordan really alter his shot.
Here is Rose, off to Williams. Williams, 17th in the NCAA scoring list. Rose from outside. That's a long shot for him. Perkins to the board.
Not the kind of shot you want in this situation. Beautiful feed.
Boy, did Worthy save that beautifully. Got it off to Jordan.
I think Houston needs the timeout. They're going to take one.
As well they should. They find themselves trailing 8-0. It's 16:44 remaining in this first half. North Carolina has never won at all, starting off very impressively here. They are.
There's a good outlet pass. Jimmy Black does an excellent job, and watch the hands, Worthy, everybody coming in the break, and then that great young freshman, outstanding basketball player, Michael Jordan, puts it up there.
Houston 0 for 5, trailing 8-0. This is Williams, a junior, out of the Houston area. Off to Rose, and they've thrown it away. That's already 2 turnovers. Here's Worthy. Look at his ball handling ability to Black. Back it goes to Worthy.
There's that half-court trap by North Carolina. Now, they're a tough team to come from behind again. Here we see the plays on the inside. Just no place for Williams to go. A beautiful stripping of the ball by Black.
Jimmy Black, over 500 assists in his career, second only to a man by the name of Phil Ford. What a job he did for Dean Smith. Carolina with good patience now. Off to Black. Black hit 10 of 12 in that East region, broken up. Look at the quickness of this ball club. Jordan again. Jordan has 6 of Carolina's 12 points, and look at that, 6 of 8 from the field. They still can't draw on the ground.
Terrible shot selection.
North Carolina was here last year. They lost in the finals to Indiana. It was 68 since Houston's been here. That was the days of Elvin Hayes. Perkins again, and they've blitzed him now 14-0.
Got to move the ball a number of times as opposed to just coming down and firing up jump shots.
This is a tough shot, and Drexler hit a remarkable shot that time, off balance and all, but they may get him going. Clyde Drexler, an all-Southwest Conference pick.
Up in a half-court trap.
Here you see Worthy. Look at his ball handling ability. Misha with a rebound. Up it comes to Rose. Lyndon Rose. Sometimes he'll take over if Williams is not hitting, and he took over there, didn't he?
A little bit.
That's 3 rebounds already for Sam Perkins. Doherty, they're in a little bit of a pickup tempo now. It's playing to the advantage of Houston. They love to run the ball. Rose, remarkable shot. 4 points for Lyndon Rose. He's 7 to go, the first half. Doherty.
Half-court trap, doing a good job right now for Houston, but when it opens it up like that, there's nobody there to block out of Sam Perkins.
Perkins with 8 points. Guy Lewis very concerned about his team.
He's wanting a push-off call against Perkins on that play. North Carolina's back now to the man-to-man.
Perkins, those long arms, plays like he's 7'2". Drexler, that's a tough shot. Couldn't pull it off. Here comes Worthy. Look at him handle the ball at 6'9".
He'll take it.
Oh!
Well, that silenced the crowd in a hurry. If you're rooting for Houston, North Carolina fans loving it. The North Carolina players are a little tired right now.
Well, they're trying to get some people in earlier. There's the shot tipped up. Misha will get credit for that. A foul over the back. Doing a good job defensively.
Here comes James Worthy. Now, since Magic Johnson, James about the only guy I've seen in college basketball that can rebound it on one end and take it the length of the floor for a stuff on the other. It's an important ingredient to Carolina's offense.
And the big man in the middle, Akeem Olajuwon, who's 7 foot from Lagos, Nigeria, has come in at the pivot spot. Here is Peterson. He's a freshman from Asheville, North Carolina. Brust, a big 6'9" senior. Look at the ball movement. Blocked by Olajuwon. Olajuwon, that's his forte. The foul is going to go on Brust of North Carolina.
He came from about 5 feet away from Matt Doherty. Normally you get that jumper off. Excellent defensive play by Olajuwon.
Olajuwon, when he came to Houston, put down on his resume he would average 8 or 9 blocks a game. Well, he hasn't done that, but he has certainly made his presence felt.
He's getting open pretty well in the pivot.
There's Rose inside. Nice play. Drexler able to get it to drop. This is where they're tough, Billy. They get a little lead on you, and they'll have some patience and move it around.
Very experienced team.
Back out to Braddock. Davis is in the game to chase. He's number 13. Fine defensive player. There he is putting pressure on Doherty, and it comes back out to Braddock. Braddock one time hit 257 straight free throws in practice. Shows you his shooting ability. Worthy. Peterson, the player of the year last year in high school in North Carolina. Look at them move the ball around.
Well, Davis is going from one side of the court to the other. He's putting on a show, but North Carolina's moving that ball as you would expect.
There's that jump hook by Perkins. Olajuwon. He's made a difference, hasn't he?
An excellent defensive play. That's 2 in a row for him. Houston's starting to get some confidence now.
Remember, he's had only 3 years of organized ball, but surprisingly, the man that's guarding him, Perkins, has had only 4, and here they are playing in the Final Four. Bob Williams, nice pass to Misha, and that'll count, and he's fouled.
There aren't many fellas that can handle this guy one-on-one. Great pass. Everybody knows about his scoring. Not many people realize what a tremendous assist man is Rob Williams. He's got 132 on the year. That makes 33.
At the line, Misha with 4 points. That was the first foul on Perkins, 3rd team foul on North Carolina. Misha now makes it an 18-13 game. They're climbing back in it. Hakeem was a soccer player in Nigeria. In fact, we saw him yesterday dribbling a basketball with his feet. We'll be back. That's 5 team fouls. There's Guy Lewis. That's his last towel, by the way. Bought 24 of them. They quit making him, and he's run down now to his last. We're going to have to help him out.
Well, there's that record, 18-15 in NCAA play, but he's going for number 500 today, which is quite an accomplishment, all in one school. Look at this.
Backdoor to Perkins. That was Jimmy Black.
Set play, Sam Perkins and Black with the eye contact on the baseline.
Now you know why Black has over 500 assists. Just plays exactly like that. Williams out to Davis. Davis playing in place of Lyndon Rose. He's not that kind of shooter, but he hit it. Didn't have any arch on it, did he?
He actually was looking to pass the ball when he went up in the air. Pretty gifted athlete.
He's only averaging 1.7 a game, but he'll take it. James Worthy out of Gastonia. We'll have another Gastonia player in the second game, Sleepy Floyd of Georgetown. Here is Black again, and he can shoot the ball, Billy.
Now North Carolina is adjusting to the defense.
His dad owned a cement making machine, a very, very well-to-do man in the Nigeria area, a very cosmopolitan area, and he's come in and adapted very well. Nice shot by Drexler.
Houston really making some tough shots. It was interesting to watch.
Into Big Worthy. Look how they see the floor, Billy. They always seemingly see the open man. Jordan having some difficulty. Now with the patience and 7 minutes to go, first half. Into Worthy. Tough shot. There he is, Dean Smith, the finest record he's had at Carolina this year. 30-2. Misha.
Point out on that rule also, since Young did not have the ball when he fell down. Now watch his feet inside. Nice dump pass. There's the ball and head and shoulder fake. Olajuwon goes right with it. He does get the ball, but he hits him with his shoulder.
Olajuwon was 69 block shots this year. Perkins already with 10 points and 4 rebounds. Out of Latham, New York. Remember, only 4 years of organized basketball for him, so he and Olajuwon, that might be some kind of a record.
I was talking to Frank McGuire last night in the Louis Carner second. They talked about Sam Perkins. They said maybe 4 years of organized ball, but the kid grew up in the Brooklyn playgrounds, and he said he had a lot of playing time before he ever went to Latham, New York.
Some of that streetwise basketball that they have in that New York area. 12 points now for Perkins, 26-19. Misha faked Worthy up beautifully that time. Nice play by Larry Misha. It's a 5-point lead again for North Carolina. Starting. Black, that's a tough catch to make. Off to Perkins.
Sam Perkins can maneuver on that baseline, can go out as far as 18 feet or so to take the jumper. which really makes it tough, particularly at his size.
He now is at his seasonal average. 14 points already in 5 minutes to go in this first half. Rose, what a move by Lyndon Rose.
Sensational play by Rose. He did not realize that the man was coming on the blind side to trap him and had such quickness to get by.
Boy, Perkins is mad. He thought there should have been a charging foul.
He'll get some help. Here we go. Great play on the inside. 0-0, laying it up. I think a pretty good no call in that case, and a great individual play by Rose.
And Black reset it. What a passer this guy is. Doherty again looking. I got to give credit to Houston. They're playing some pretty tough defense.
Oh, they're playing very hard out there and trying to steal every pass that's made.
There's the steal. Olajuwon. Amazing quickness.
Hey, setting big screens now.
Boy, he sets a big one, too. A lot of obstacle to move around. Olajuwon, good poise. A man who's a sophomore, but really playing his first year of major college basketball. His first two, and now it's 28-25. Carolina, there's Black encouraging his teammates on.
An excellent comeback by Houston, and that timeout that Guy Lewis called to get them organized, they are again jumping out, and I think what's brought them back is this outstanding trapping defense.
Well, there was pressure on Jimmy Braddock, who's checked in during that timeout break. Jordan intercepted by Drexler. They can cut it to one. Rob Williams. It's not going to go, but a foul on Jimmy Black. Good defensive effort by Black.
Black did a good job getting back, but Williams showed you what a gifted athlete he is, just getting that shot off.
Doherty will check in. Braddock will check out. First foul on Black.
Here we see the steal. Long pass. Look at the catch. Concentrated all the way. Jimmy Black coming behind. I don't know if he ever got a piece of him or not.
Thus far, Rob Williams hasn't scored in this game. Billy, he really has a funny spin on his ball when he shoots it.
Most great scorers, of course, have a nice rotation on the ball. Rob Williams has one of the most unusual I've seen from a guy that is a top-notch scorer.
It's a one-point game. Off to Jordan. To Perkins. You got to give a lot of credit to Houston. They were not awestruck after coming from behind here. There's a foul. Olajuwon reaching in. I don't know.
That looked like a great block. I think Olajuwon and Michaud both had a nice piece of that ball. Jimmy Black, only 6'2", took it right into the big guys and a nice bounce pass. We'll see it right here. Well, I think they got that ball on that play. One of the keys for Carolina has been good foul shooting. Let's see it right here. Boy, I think that was a great block. He almost scooped that away with one hand.
Boy, was that intimidating. Now North Carolina 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Less than 2 to go. First half. Here's Williams. Nice pass to Drexler to Michaud. They spread him out for the first time.
Rob Williams, nice patience out there. Houston really feels comfortable on the court right now.
And we're all even 29-all. What a comeback by the Houston Cougars of the Southwest Conference. I don't remember all those.
Well, now you get into that team foul situation. North Carolina in the playoffs. Really done a great job staying out of foul trouble and getting the other team in such.
Speaking of great jobs, 14 points, 5 rebounds for Sam Perkins. He has met the challenge and then some. One of 2 coaches in the history of Houston. Isn't that amazing? He's been there 26 years, a 60-year-old man. He celebrated his birthday with a win over Missouri in the Midwest region.
Trouble. Now watch it. Jimmy Black has an open road to the basket. Young just holds his ground. After the pass, draws the charge. Perkins would have had an easy 2. Good defensive play.
Well, Young didn't feel very good yesterday. I don't think he'll feel very good after that either. He really got decked on the play.
Here, I might be wrong, but this is the first time that I can remember in the playoffs, certainly in the Alabama game as well as the game against Villanova, that North Carolina allowed the other team to shoot a 1-on-1 foul.
They've stayed out of that foul difficulty. Remember all the trouble Alabama was in, and they didn't get in it at all. That's a free throw that Houston would like to have back. Perkins.
He had a lot more time than he thought.
Young kept it out of the backboard area, and that's going to end our first half of play here at the Superdome. North Carolina with a 31-29 lead as Dean Smith will regroup his forces. CBS Sports coverage of the 1982 NCAA Basketball Championship will continue after this word from your local station. Ready to go in the second half. North Carolina will inbounds a ball. 2-point game. The winner of this to meet the winner of Louisville and Georgetown. A game to follow here from the Superdome.
Don't be surprised to see North Carolina work on getting Worthy the ball early here in the second half.
Look how they give the pressure to Doherty. Michael Jordan, who started him well in the first half, starts into the second. They have a whistle because there was some defensive interference, but the basket was going in anyway, and Michael Jordan now has 8 points in the game.
There's that hesitation jumper by that kid. He's got that ability to just hang up there in the air and then double pump to get the shot off.
Steals and assists. Jordan to Perkins. Perkins in that first half hit 6 of 8 from the field. Here is Worthy. Beautiful pass to Doherty. Overpassed it maybe. Perkins.
One pass too many, and only Perkins' great shot enabled North Carolina to score there.
Now, with that,
he's a very quiet player, but he's not doing many things wrong out here today.
He has been very surprising. Kind of a blue-collar guy inside. Lyndon Rose, that's what he'll do. When Williams is not hitting, Billy, Rose will take over and start moving the ball inside. Man, Rose.
Doherty, I think on this play, was looking for Worthy inside for the dump. Goes up for the shot. Pretty good concentration, and there was the foul. Almost took his head off. You play outdoors, you have good depth because you have usually a wooden or a metal backboard.
Doherty finally gets on the scoreboard. That's his first point of the ball game. Rose committing the personal foul. That is his second. North Carolina's Matt Doherty, who was scoreless in the first half, makes it a 38-31 game. Still hasn't found the range, and he's been averaging over 21 points a game. There he is again. He's got to find something. Nice pass to Drexler. Assists the last 2 years, and there was a good play showing why. Worthy. Go Jordan, he can't handle it. And out of there comes Drexler. Drexler handling the ball well. Rose, Perkins is back. Perkins challenged him, but he shot it over him. 15-22 in the game. Boy, they go up Perkins and Worthy. That's an unstoppable pass. Jordan tried to use a glass. His own follow. He went up against Brian Williams.
Well, everybody knows what a great rebounder that kid is, and not to block him out, it's the Cardinals' sin.
Jordan now with 10 points.
Williams going inside, realized he doesn't have the shot, dumps it out beautifully. Out to Rose, who takes that jumper himself. I'm really admiring Rob Williams' play. He's not having a big point production, and there we see the battle for the rebound. Drexler doing a good job on Worthy, but Williams is the kind of guy that if you look at his stats and you see the number of assists he had, 132 coming in, you know he's a good total basketball player.
Drexler now with 9 points, 4 rebounds. He's going to eat that towel, I think.
Well, here's one area of the game that Houston has not had good production. That's from the foul line, only shooting 65% as a team.
Double figures now for Drexler. It's a 3-point lead, Carolina. Estimate. You look at the legs on him. That foul on Rob Williams is first. Jordan. Michael Jordan ups it back up to a 5-point lead. He has 12 points.
There's the one. Half-court man-to-man with a little bit of trapping by North Carolina.
Rob Williams, who is 0 for 4 from the field in the first half, continues to not find the range. Jordan, what a play by Michael Jordan.
North Carolina getting back to the fast breaking. I think they're going to find that they can run against Houston.
14 points. That's Jordan's average for the season.
Down in Houston.
Houston 0 for 6 from the field. Worthy power move, and now they have a 10-point lead, 47-37.
Here he is again on the inside. Guy is doing a great job all the way around. He was 5 for 6 in the first half from the field, 1 for 1 from the foul line, 4 rebounds, 11 points.
Well, he and Rob Williams are really tough competitors in high school. Worthing High School and Milby High School. No lost love, but now they're good friends.
Here comes the spread by North Carolina.
Doherty after that slow first half has picked up 5 points in the second half. Rose to Misha. Misha was 16 points, and they're back within 6 points.
He never changes the expression on his face. He's played a solid game in every aspect today.
Be a great poker player, wouldn't he? 48-42. Black with Rose trapping him off to Doherty. Doherty's played so well in the second half. Into Worthy, power move against Misha.
Rob Williams giving directions. You'd think he'd put that ball on the floor and get moving.
Look at the percentage, Billy. That is startling. 82-29.
Williams not looking for the shot here. He takes a tough one. That's a difficult shot.
He's 0 for 8, but Michael Young saves it. Young, 44.
Dangerous cross-court passing.
Houston would never believe they'd be this close without Rob Williams putting in his usual production. Worthy faking beautiful. Young, the left-hander. Rebound, Misha.
What's happened on those last 2 shots? that the normal rebounding position was captured by North Carolina. They packed that zone, Gary, inside the foul line.
Misha, nice tip that time by Drexler. Clyde Drexler. He can just jump out of this place. He has 12 points in the game. And it's a 4-point game again. They've come right back, 52-48.
He makes the 1-3-1 run all over the court because there's already somebody open in the corner. Now Houston's going to have to change their defense.
Oh, incredible.
A monster dunk.
He just powered his way in.
Here's James Worthy. This is a monster stuff. I learned something the other day. There's been research done. Here you see Worthy again at North Carolina State University that the shattered backboards are not caused by the rims, but caused by the fact that the glass is not in the proper plane.
6:34 to play in the semifinal game. He's played so hard, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Bench right now.
Right, he's telling them to come out and pick up man-to-man. If they do that, North Carolina probably go into their offense.
There they go, blocked by Misha. What a play. Larry Misha up and rejected that one. Lyndon Rose. Houston needs a basket, and Rose has taken over. And now, all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game. 12 points for Lyndon Rose. 4:49 to go. But you just got to give a lot of credit to Larry Misha. Here is Jordan. Perkins, he's fouled the basketball count, and Misha has committed his second.
Not quite in time. Now here's Doherty going in. Was wide open when he made this move. Misha, who's had a truly outstanding game, comes in, not only makes the great block, gets in a position that Houston can retrieve the ball.
Sam Perkins, who was so brilliant in that first half, has 20 points. Only 4 in the second half, but he also has 9 rebounds. 3-point play up. Rob Williams, he's been struggling, but his teammates have been taking up the slack. Here's Rose. Oh, what a play by this guy. Rose, a senior and captain with 14 points. And again, 57-53, 4 minutes to go. Houston just won't give up in this game.
Rodney McCray that can come up against the press.
North Carolina trying to move into the championship final for the second year in a row. Perkins, he just challenged him that time.
Misha doing the job, trying to hold him up out there, but Sam Perkins can put the ball on the floor.
23 points for Perkins, 59-53. Now with 3:24 left. Young trying to keep it alive as Drexler. Young to follow. Great second effort. The chase is on, and who's it going to be off of? Off of North Carolina. Great effort by Houston. 5, a freshman. Here is Davis who's checked in also. Look at the stats we were just mentioning. 81%.
I think what Anders means is that we'll see full court man-to-man pressure.
Follow inside. Drexler keeps it alive. There's another offensive board.
A good pressing basketball team.
14 points for Michael Jordan. Jordan this year is shooting 71% from the line.
The pressure situation games are in good shape, and for the NCAA tournament, as a team, they're shooting 74%.
And they continue to shoot them well. 61-55. There's the time left.
So Olajuwon will go down the other end from the offensive purposes, and he'll probably get people ready to substitute defensively.
Boy, what a game he's having. Look at the statistics on this sophomore from Latham, New York. Tremendous inside player. And they're starting to celebrate. Look at that hairstyle, would you? I don't think that's going to be in vogue very soon. His average in the tournament, as you can see, has been better than the seasonal average.
Right now, with the system being what it is.
Going to showcase his ability, and it's backfired on him possibly. Black with 4 points.
He's sitting there with his head down right now, and you know it's really weighing on him.
64-55, Billy. They're really moving out on this free throw line now. 13 of 15 from the line for the Tar Heels.
And last night I sat around about 2 o'clock in the morning talking about zone defense with Don Casey, the great young coach from Temple. And Casey, who is one of the big proponents of the zone, as he learned from Harry Litwack, said, the thing I hate people to do against my zone is dribble into it.
Drexler at the free throw line, now with 17 points after those 2 hits. And now with less than 2 minutes, Carolina's going to try to let it out. Off to Jordan, blocked by Olajuwon. What a play by Olajuwon. If he hadn't been in foul difficulty, you wonder how many he would have had this afternoon. Williams out to Rose. Got to get the ball up.
Worthy out of position a little bit right now. He went for the steal.
Boy, there's some street basketball. Sandlot basketball, that time by Rose. 65-59. Rose with 16 points. Houston still hasn't given up on this one. North Carolina hit 13 field goals in a row. Today in this half, they're 13 of 17. That's championship basketball.
13 of 17, and 2 of those were uncontested layups that were blocked. So, you know, they were right on the money on those 2, had it not been for great defensive play by Houston.
Jordan 3 of 3 from the line, and they just continue to put them away. 67-59. North Carolina now from the line has missed only 2. They're 15 of 17. Olajuwon up against Perkins. And Jordan stepped out of bounds.
North Carolina's Doherty that time sensed it and went the length of the floor. All North Carolina have to do is tap it out, and they'd have one down the other end.
Drexler, followed by Drexler, again by Drexler. Rose comes up with it. Great second and third efforts that time, and Rose with a nice touch off the glass. 18 points for Rose. 67-61, a 6-point lead.
Some of the best basketball the entire winter. They're off to some start.
You know, Williams got hurt here in that game. He hurt his wrist. Early in the year, he had orthoscopic surgery, but we asked him, he said neither one of those injuries were hurting him. 6 points now for Jimmy Black. 4 of 5 from the line. Well, there's one they missed, only the third of the game.
See, that's the first time North Carolina got anything offensively off the boards.
68-61. North Carolina and Dean Smith now will be a step away from Dean trying to capture his first national championship in 7 tries. Steal that time by Williams. Rose, nice effort. A foul will go on Michael Jordan. Rose has been very, very good today for this Houston team.
Well, what Rose did is he took it to North Carolina. Williams played a rather passive game, and I think he's as disappointed as anybody possibly could be about his performance today. You can see the expression on his face. He's kind of looking around and wondering where it all went.
He had 18 points in this game, 12 of them in the second half. Well, North Carolina, you might recall, Billy, they won it all in 1957. They were 32-0. For the win today, they're 31-2. So, does that mean anything? Out it comes to Rose. Look at the effort by Rose again, and that will end it. And North Carolina is headed to the championship game Monday night. 68-63, the final. 31-2 is their record. They have won 15 in a row. As Dean Smith is on the doorstep once again. He's been there before. This is the 4th time he will be in the championship game. And Carolina fans are celebrating, but this man, Young, the dejection. You can tell there's always 2 sides to every situation. And Young, walking up. On the other hand, North Carolina beginning their celebration. Eric Davis, you can see the disappointment.